And Aurora here has some pretty good possibilities of playing side as well. And when you have that Pantheon that they really index highly onto, it does give you more possibilities than just wombo comboing.
To make sure that he can keep this lane prio. And you mentioned that both champions want to roam, but Knight might be looking for a little bit more. Electrocute! A blinking L4! Now Knight slow! They're both still standing. There's a fight in the river in the meantime, but I do not care. Keeping my eyes on the mid lane 1v1, but the river might be important now, because it's Ben who finds first blood.
Play around the global. Because again, he still has no flash. Mid lane though, it's
global. Skewmon extra movement speed coming in from the Aegis is all Knight locked up, locked down. Timbers on the way in, but not doing a hell of a lot. Knight taken out by the Weirding, and that's what we talked about with the Pantheon, that long-range semi-global threat.
Now, so will be the lane swaps as well. As you see the allocations, they're sending Knight up to the top side of the map right now, and Broken Blade matching. And of course, since both solo laners are AP solo laners on the side of BLG, Broken Blade investing so heavily into that magic resistance here on the Ornn to be able to deal with either one. Just sustain, sustain.
And I will say that Annie lacks in sustained damage, so that Kamek Rooker, that's what he chooses to go for here. I imagine it will be. Is going to be pretty solid as we see the engage on the bottom side. Labrov stepping a bit too far, but he does manage to find the lockup. Quick cleanse and a sidestep from Elk means he's A-OK on body blocking the Mystic shots. There's no follow-up. Labrov caught out and knocked down. We've seen good games. We've even seen good games from Caps, but we need to see that peak performance from him in this game today, especially when he's the one who got those early kills. Wow. And especially as Broken Blade might be in trouble. Flash forced out. Bin on the way in. He's blown the horn. Bin's respecting it. But Broken Blade is in dire straits. Ooh, tower aggro continues though. He might be able to get one back. It's the 1-for-1.
Even with the max HP nerf to Rumble, he just roasts on through this Kamek Rooker and Ornn. Absolutely melted.
Fight continuing on the bottom side though. Quick bit of lockup, but no follow-up. Beishwan, good use of the ultimate to stay standing on immediately using the Unbreakable Well. Now the retreat going in, but it's capped off to the side of the Weirding, but they've just been locked up. It's a beautiful combo. Knight and Elk dealing a death blow.
Oh, Dracos, that is the juicy combo that you're looking for.
The flash in the headbutt pull. Knight gets another. And it might just be a seal now, but the pages in the book might be coming soon. Another 300 gold, another half of an item. It would have been 3, no doubt. These are the combos that have to be respected. As you see, we can't stop. There are plays happening. There's not enough time to react to the previous play. Broken Blade, oh, the footwork is good at the very least.
Once they want to try and fight over this Rift Herald, of course the Rift Herald does have so much value. Being able to knock down these outer turrets and progress the game very quickly. BLG not really worried about the dragon stacking. Just want to continue to snowball, get that money, get the cash.
Keep things going in pretty comfortable control of the game. G2 doing a solid job of trying to cross map as best they can. It looks like it will be 1 tower for 1 unless the Herald comes down. And of course the Herald for the Drake. Soul coming through will be Ocean, which honestly isn't bad for either team.
Yeah, not too bad for either. I also envision a lot of team fights where people just get bursted down and don't have a lot of time to heal.
Yeah, Caps now moves to catch the wave, and G2 might try to catch Elk as they see an angle, but Elk's movement clean thus far. Lockup from Labrov is there. Pantheon now coming in as well. Elk is already cleansed, but he's still been stunned. Pantheon is going to force the flash. Ornn Horn called, and this is the combo. Broken Blade sniping with the ult, but it's Knight looking for the follow-up. Waiting out the Aegis assault for Skewmon, but he knows he doesn't have an angle anymore. On, though, may be the one in trouble. Instant use of the Unbreakable Well, and a quick retreat from the side of BLG as G2 are keeping the pressure up.
Oh man, Elk, that was very cocky. He really wanted to use that move speed, but under tower actually, Broken Blade starts to take a couple tower shots, does flash.
Equalizer, decent amount of ticks here. Broken Blade might be in trouble. Where is he going? Herald on the way in, so he didn't want to walk into River. Broken Blade slowly being burnt down. Beishwan going in mid lane into 3 members of G2! And he is unconcerned! The Herald will not finish the tower!
We watched the Ornn get chased down. Well, we got a little drive-by side story here, Daniel. Beishwan goes into the turret. It's super low. It actually didn't quite fall. But we have Caps still focusing on the side lane turrets. Gets immediately back out to the side. He actually does finish it off. Of course, Elk will be able to return and finish this one. But again, out in mid lane, he gets teleported on 2.
Teleport. This time around, it's Caps coming to the party. Elk is fast, though. And G2 not going to be able to find the angle. Beishwan doesn't have ulti, the Tibbers, but does give you the flexibility to be used as an escape. Hansama slowed. Engage on Hansama. Now moving back. Elk slowed briefly. TP coming in from Broken Blade. Likely the horn to be called. Everybody's invited to the party in the mid lane now. Elk locked up. Where's the follow-up coming from G2? They don't quite have the cooldowns. And now G2 trying to finish off this mid lane tower. Knight just now resetting. And it seems like BLG will have to concede it.
There it is. G2, the global coming in big. When BLG just want to continue fighting.
Doesn't have to be too concerned as long as he has that crucial cooldown. Caps ready to go over the wall. If needed, goes invisible. Not quite clear where he's going. Alti gonna try to escape, but the knockup is good. Weirding back into the wall will take him out. Beishwan incredibly low. Is he willing to risk the 50-50? 0.7, quick Drake picked up by the side of G2. BLG turning back to the mid wave.
Quickly, it looks like Otacon here going down.
BLG know that if they give G2 the chance to reset, that they won't have that crucial cooldown. So they're demanding that G2 come to them. They're demanding for the fight, but they don't have the angle. Oh no! From the push, he finds the knockup. He only locks a few. G2 now trying to retreat. Labrov on the way out, standing next to the wall, looking to find the lockdown. Hansama trying to lay down a little bit more focused fire, but BLG get the objective. They get the kill, and they walk away.
The commit from BLG is so good.
Respect those semi-globals, but as long as they're grouped as 5, they're just walking into a 5v5 at the end of the day at most. As Labrov once again caught out, good lockup on the Knight. CC there, trying to take the AD out before he can open, but Knight still manages to get it down. Skewmon in the fight as well. Caps, beautiful ulti across the team. Lockup on Elk, but he's still able to full channel the ulti! It shouldn't be allowed, but Caps can't get close enough to finish the job, but now it's Broken Blade falling as well. 3 down on the side of G2 and BLG. They're ready for a Baron.
Yep, that's going to be Baron for sure. Caps pops the blast cone. I don't know what shenanigans he could pull out here.
This one's fast. W flash, wind becomes lightning. They were already pretty much guaranteed to get the objective. They're happy to have Caps as well.
Yeah, they'll take the extra rabbit for free right there. Beishwan with the W flash hunts him down. They're going to get the Baron as well. BLG taking over.
And again, it felt like G2 were starting to find a way back into the game, even when the gold still favored BLG, but the bot side fight, the force on the Otacon into that mid lane play. BLG making it count. Leads as to the CC that On brought to the table.
Instantly there with the knockup. Beautiful stuff.
And he doesn't do any damage. Rumble doesn't do any damage. Those are the people that are the most fed, Kobe. Those are the people we talk about the entire game. BLG didn't even need them.
Oftentimes, hard to get your full channeled ult off,
yeah.
Especially if you're playing against, a Leona or an
Pantheon or an Ornn. Yes.
These champions are exactly what she doesn't like playing against. But those ultis from Ornn and Leona were used to kill off Knight and lock down him. So that meant those things weren't available to stop it. You know, when Elk did get to start channeling. And as you said, On as well with that CC, able to lock up Caps. So good stuff there from BLG.
Could be a combo. You can't tell if Knight is waiting, and it's not like it was previously. That brief couple-minute window where Knight didn't have a flash. G2 don't have that edge anymore. Every single brush could be a death sentence. Could be the end of game 1 for G2. Playing under so much pressure here as On gets the fight started. Perhaps over eagerly though. He's too low on health already before the fight breaks out. Unbreakable well keeping him standing, but he's been sniped. Locked up, taken down by the bot lane duo, and it's Beishwan who's running. Pantheon going in. Has he overcommitted? Beishwan locked up. Skewmon taking a bit more time. Waits on the Aegis Assault. The minions in the base, though, demand a bit more attention. Knight can't just TP. G2 can't afford to push any further.
Really good punish from G2. On ulted so late there. He went for his combo and then gets chunked down so low. By the time he ults, it doesn't matter. They snipe him out. They send the ultis there. G2 defend that top line of minions. So they're going to go for the tower once again. Caps is recalling here, and this tower is so low, you don't want to die at this tower. These secondary ones are usually bait for the defending team to die at when they're that low, because your position for fights there is just so much more risky, so definitely advised to give that one up. Ult is critical for team fights. G2 getting that ult out is massive.
Ulti now. They're going to try to force the fight. Lock up onto Beishwan. Ulti connects onto the 80 carry, and instantly they're into the back line. Caps manages to lay down the ult, but Elk is still standing. He shouldn't be alive, but he holds on just a little bit longer. There's no space for him to ulti, though, and that is all that matters. G2 on the edge of death managed to find the fight.
They do it! G2 take him down. I mean, On popping that Alistar ultimate, and G2 just back off. They disengage. During it, there's a lot of minions at their base.
We can't see the health part, but the turret
Ornn's
has
going back. Ornn's going back.
And G2 continuing the push forward, and this is crucial. BLG, one more good fight probably wins them the game, but G2 have held on. They're getting things closer. They're getting things back to even. It's only a 2K gold difference. 20 seconds.
Yeah. Inside the base, all right, On, what can he do now?
Low health bars.
No ulti for him. He can't even get to that wave.
There's a wave unanswered in bot lane. If G2 lose this fight, it's an instant TP and the game is over in favor of BLG. On, locked up. Alistair trying to clear. One tower down, but G2's eyes are set on the prize. The nexus of BLG. And it might just be a single fight. It might be a single moment. Skewmon, Broken Blade, they're trying to finish. The GA! He doesn't have it, there's no way. The flash, it's not enough. Caps is already back.
Teleport the heads, they're teleporting up there.
He has to end double TPs. Caps has to 2v1, and even then it's probably not enough.
Here they come, the BLG solo laners, Knight and Bin versus Caps. All of these players are MSI champions. Knight on JDG, Bin on RNG, Caps on G2.
Sorry boys, this is personal. The rest of you set up for an objective. Caps goes for the ulti. Bin goes golden, buys a bit more time. Bear taking that health so damn low. Tower still standing, but Bin's already gotten one. Labrov back up, 10 seconds on Hans, 15 on Broken Blade. Bin wants to finish the objective. He's not waiting any longer. Lockdown there. Minion's not going to do enough. Knight and Bin back to finish the game. BLG, get it done.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.